Councillor Hickey, Deputy Mayor Hickey.
Move. We have a mover for the apologies. Councillor Hickey. Councillor Bolland. Oh, leave of absence. Yeah. Move Councillor Kennedy, seconded Councillor Brown. All those in favour? Carried. Leave of absence says nil. Oh, late leave of absence for Councillor Bolland. And we have a mover that Councillor Bolland's late leave. Move Councillor Brown. Seconded Councillor Turley. Move that way. It already moved. All those in favour? Carried. Call on Mayor Kennedy to read the prayer.
Thank you, Councillor Allgate. Almighty God, we ask you to invoke your blessing upon this council, direct and prosper our deliberations to the advancement, true welfare of the people of this council area and our state and Australia. Amen.
Thank you. Acknowledgement of the country, Councillor Brown.
Acknowledge the traditional owners of the land upon which we meet today, the land of the Willikali people, and pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging.
Thank you, Councillor Brown. Mayor Kennedy, could we ask you to do the acknowledgement of the mining history as well?
Yeah. We take the time to reflect, remember and honour over 800 miners that lost their lives and those that were crippled and maimed on the line of load. We thank the brave miners and their wives who were part of the 1920 strike that lasted over 500 days and delivered a 35-hour working week. Mining is our past and our future.
Thank you, Mayor Kennedy. Item 7 on the agenda is the minutes for confirmation. The minutes of the Policy and General Committee meeting held Wednesday, the 21st of February 2024 be confirmed. We have a mover. Move Councillor Brown. Seconded Mayor Kennedy. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Any disclosures of interest? No disclosures of interest. Item 9, the reports, council reports. Item 1 is the Brackenhill City Council report number 31/24, dated March the 6th, 2024. Council attendance at the Local Government New South Wales Rural and Regional Summit on 9th of May 2024.
I'll move the recommendation as written.
Seconded, Councillor Brown. Speakers? Comment?
Just that last time it was a good first regional summit, and I do hope that the Deputy Mayor and the General Manager get something out of it.
Yeah, okay. All those in favour? Item 2, Brackenhill City Council report number 32/24, dated March the 8th, 2024. Investment report for February 2024. Do we have a mover for that?
I'll move the recommendation as written.
Seconder. Councillor Brown. Speak to it, Mayor Kennedy.
Well, it is, it's good to have that much money on hand as we start to go into building those capital projects. It's been pretty good that there's been high interest rates, which has been, we are bringing in the money without any risk whatsoever.
Yeah, I see there's mentioned that some of the council interest rates over the recently matured investments were 5.5%, I think, which is pretty attractive in this day and age. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Item 3, Broken Hill City Council Report number 33/24, dated May the 8th, 2024, aged care update.
Yes, I'll move the recommendation as written, but also, I suppose we can add it here. We really need to write off about the concerns we have as far as beds being occupied at the local hospital. On page 31 of the report, 14 beds occupied. This is as February 24, 14 beds occupied at the hospital bed waiting for access to aged care. 4 beds occupying a hospital bed waiting for aged care assessment. So that's 18 beds at the moment. That would without a doubt be affecting elective surgery, potentially affecting the stay of other patients who may have to leave earlier or not be able to get a bed in some instances. So at number 6, I move that we write to the appropriate people that are listed in item 5, as well as the health ministers, opposition health minister as well, that it is becoming a real concern, and we ask the state government to step in to help alleviate our aged care crisis, because it's now starting to affect our state.
You agree with that addition? Before we put it to a vote, there's one thing that I really need to say about the Aging Well Care Committee. The council's having trouble getting all of the service providers together, and I think I don't know how we bring that about, but there are a multitude of people, organisations out there that provide services. Many of them provide the same services, and to get information about what's going on, we get it from a few sources, but not all sources. And it's just a bit of a shame that we seem to go over the same ground a fair bit, and we're not making we're not getting in front too far. So I just thought I'd mention that, and it's worthwhile noting. All those in favour? Oh, further comment?
Yeah, definitely. So if you look at the beds available in November 23, 23 beds weren't available to use for aged care, but we only had 3 people waiting in the hospital. We now have 27 beds that are not available and can't be used, and we have 18 people. It's becoming crisis level. It's not something that can wait. It's something that needs to be addressed straight away, and it's becoming urgent. It will affect the health of not only the elderly in our community, but it will affect the health of
The family.
the ordinary people. As they go to use those hospitals, the beds won't be available. We'll also put added pressure and stress on the employees at the hospital, as their hospitals are not designed to look after aged care residents. So what happens is you have aged care residents wandering throughout the hospital, and you have nursing staff acting as if they're aged care nursing staff instead of acute care. So it's becoming really, really important, and it needs to be emphasised just how bad it is becoming.
And just to add to that, there's already been people transferred to Mildura for nursing home accommodation, because of the very reason here that there's no beds available because of insufficient staff.
And so luckily at the moment, there's been a few people that have voluntarily put their hand up to leave the city, which is not nice for them or their families, but it's only a matter of time because it'll be forced leaving, which then there's a whole new range of problems. But if those people hadn't have volunteered, would have even more people that are at the hospital waiting for placement.
Agree. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Item 4. Broken Hill City Council report number 3424, dated February the 19th, 2024. Minutes of the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee meeting held the 16th of February 2024. Do we have a mover for that? Move Councillor Brown. Second of Mayor Page. Kennedy. Speakers. I think one surprising thing that's arisen since that meeting is that they're planning to eliminate councillors from being on the audit committee. On the one hand, they say that councillors need to be involved in everything and be aware of what's going on, and then they want to limit the ability for councillors to play a part. It just seems crazy to me.
Just on that, there's been no return correspondence from what we sent off yet. No.
Speakers?
Look, that's a committee that is important, and it is a committee that there needs to be a good councillor representation, particularly if councillors are interested in actually going to it, and a number of councillors are very interested and attend regularly. I know all councillors miss from time to time, but there's a real concerted effort from a number of councillors to be there all the time, and they shouldn't be discouraged from attending.
Thank you. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Item 5, Broken Hill City Council report number 35/24, dated March the 7th, 2024. Minutes of the section 355 Ageing Well Advisory Committee meeting held 7th of February 2024.
I'll move that.
Move Mayor Kennedy. Seconded Councillor Brown. Once again, I'll just mention the fact that we're not getting, well, I don't think we're getting enough participation by all of the aged care service providers. Speak to it, Mayor Kennedy.
Just it'll be good if the federal member or the state member and the federal member do turn up. I think that it gives more credence to the committee, and I think it'll also ensure that the people that should be turning up know that it is a committee that can actually get some things achieved. As soon as people understand things can be achieved through a committee, they'll turn up. If they think it's just a talk fest, they usually have things better to do. But as that committee starts to deliver more, I think you'll find people will start to turn up because they realise that it's probably the best place to get a combined voice through.
Right. Further speakers? All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Item 6. Broken Hill City Council report number 36/24, dated March the 7th, 2024. Minutes of the section 355 Youth Advisory Committee meeting held 5th of March, 2024. Have a mover? Councillor Brown.
Seconded.
Speak to it, Councillor Brown.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. Not a member of that committee, but I think refreshing my memory about that. I think there was suggestion about paying
Could you put the
the,
microphone a little bit? We can't hear.
maybe not, I'm probably not speaking loudly enough. A suggestion about paying the school representatives. I just wondered if that's possible under council's, policy, whether you can do that, when you can give school students who are members of this committee a gift card. I mean, I can see the reason for it and it would be a good incentive, but I'm just wondering if it's possible.
Mr. General Manager. Comment?
Thanks, Mr. Chair, through you. Not technically, would be seen as remuneration in that regard, but there's nothing stopping gift vouchers or gifts being given that are under the gifts and benefits declaration limit. If they're declared, they are members of an S355 committee. It'd just be the matter of how it is handled to allow it to happen, but using the words for compensation probably wouldn't be recommended or suggested. Thanks, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, I'd agree. So if the motion could remove the compensation. And be changed to whatever fit our policies. Oh, but councillor Brown's the mover. I don't need to do that as the second.
Well, I mean, I agree because I was concerned about that particular issue anyway. I just don't know, and I just don't know how well it would go if the other members of the committee, are aware that the kids are being, compensated, with something. $50 is it's not a negligible amount at all. I don't know whether it's going to create concern among the rest of the committee, or whether other members of other committees. I don't know. It's probably worth a try, but I just wouldn't like to see it cause a lot of problems.
I do agree with councillor Brown, but a one-off might be fine, but definitely not as a ongoing thing. Oh, that doesn't need to be put in the motion, though. We can discuss it.
So the recommendation remains as is.
Yeah.
Reworded to remove compensation, because it shouldn't be, then it is a remuneration as opposed to a gift.
Yeah. If I can speak in committee again, I mean, it is a real issue, and Councillor Allgate mentioned the difficulty of getting in connection with the Ageing Well committee. He mentioned the difficulty of getting some of the agencies to send something. So, I don't know. It's the same issue, really. I don't know whether we can. I don't know the answer to that, because it's just been it's been the case for many years. I mean, it was a case with the round table, the community round table. It's certainly the case with the lead reference group. There are, some regular attendees to these committees and some that you never ever see, and you forget they're even on the invitation list. So I don't know the answer to it. I suppose anything's worth a try, but maybe we should extend it to a bit more widely. But I'm not going to move that. Leave it at this for now, but maybe it's worth thinking about it. I mean, if this is very successful, it might be a reason to think about extending it somehow, not necessarily a gift card, but some kind of incentive.
So are you suggesting that item 3 be removed or deleted?
No, I'm not. I'm agreeing that with the mayor that we should remove.
You do it in-house.
Remove the word compensation and maybe leave it there. I think.
If I can suggest, it might just be the matter of the purchase of the 4x50 Far West crowd gift cards in appreciation of our youth representatives, and leave it at that.
Leave it at that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and if that has an amazing effect, maybe look at.
Okay. And Mayor Kennedy accepts. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. The close of the meeting, there is no further business for the committee to consider. I declare that the policy and general committee closed at 5:52. Thanks for your attendance.